Okay, hello. Let's get into the get ready with me. I haven't done this in a while and I haven't filmed in quite a while either. But I'm not gonna really talk about the makeup. But I have gotten a request in the past, I think maybe like a month ago or two. I got a request with how I kind of build my looks with my indie single shadows. So I'm gonna do that today. I'll just show you now so I don't have to like break up whatever I'm talking about. So today I wanted to use Grisaille from Cleona. This is in my Pan Those Shadows. And so I typically go for monochrome looks. That's just what I prefer to do. And so I've got Meraki and Desma from Davina, and I feel like these tones go really well with Grisaille. I've actually done this exact eye look before. I just feel like wearing it again. And then I usually have those three shadows. I usually have a transition shade, a deepener shade, the lid shade, and then an inner corner shade. This is Chandelier from, is it Chandelier? I'm like questioning myself. Yes, Chandelier from Cleona. This is in my actually Battleship project pan. I just pulled it out for the purposes of this video, but that's going to be my inner corner shade. So now that I've got shadow all over my hands, I am actually going to start out with the eye look. So I'm going to start out with my Milani eyeshadow primer. This is what I've been using lately. I just do a little bloop on each of the eyes. And then I usually, a lot of my brushes I use to blend out eyeshadow primer are dirty, but we're gonna use this. This is a brush I got for free from Sigma. This is the Precision Flat P80 brush, and I absolutely love this brush. I would have never picked it out on my own, but I love it for blending out eyeshadow primer. And I used it a lot when I still was working on my Flower Beauty color corrector in a pot. I feel like if I had an eyeshadow primer that was in a pot, I would love this for that. And so lately, since I haven't been working on that color corrector anymore, since it expired, I've been using it for eye primer. I'm sure it would work great for concealer as well, but I have some other concealer brushes I like more than this. So 2 weeks ago today, I posted my Cleona eye swatch video, which has gotten a lot of love on it, and I really, really appreciate it. I'm glad you guys found that video helpful. I had a absolute ton of fun filming that video. I absolutely loved it. I want to do kind of more videos like that in the future, and so I'm really glad you guys enjoyed it. It was very time consuming, but it was like the most fun I've had filming a video. So yeah, where I've been in the last 2 weeks, I was not planning on taking a 2-week break. I had 2 full weeks of videos not filmed, but planned. But unfortunately, as I've mentioned in other videos, I have TMJ, and I had a really, really bad TMJ flare-up. TMJ is different for everyone. It's a very understudied disorder, chronic pain. It's very understudied. Dentists and doctors are not really taught much about it in school, and because of that, there's not a lot of research on how to treat it, and insurances don't cover treatment usually. I think they'll usually cover like physical therapy, but yeah, I have a very expensive bike card I paid myself, and so it sucks. Like TMJ really, really sucks. It's something that will affect me the rest of my life. And I know I don't have it as bad as others, but that doesn't mean I'm not in pain a lot of the time. Like there are some people who like can only eat liquid foods. Like they have a hard time opening or closing their mouth. Like I know I don't have it as bad as everyone else, but how my TMJ works is I will get pain in my jaw, but what really, I'm a clencher, and so my whole neck and then like my shoulder bones and just like down my shoulders, is it just always tense or just really sore, really, really painful. It can be very difficult to focus, and I'm very lucky that most of the time I can take Advil and be okay. Like I'll still have some pain, but it'll take a lot of the pain away, so I can still work and like function and go to things. And so that's kind of how my chronic pain works. I just get a lot of neck and shoulder pain. And unfortunately, I'm feeling better today. Sorry, I just had to take a moment because They are picking up our yard waste. So basically, yeah, I was just in a flare up, and the last thing, like, I just like didn't have the energy, just couldn't get myself to film because I was in pain. And often, you know, talking because I'm using my jaw, oftentimes like I'll batch film. So I try to aim for 3 videos a week. And so what I typically do is I film 3 videos in one sitting and try to have those for the week. Doesn't always work out that way, but that's what I aim to do and what I'm aiming to do today. And oftentimes that can irritate my jaw. Like I'll feel a little bit of soreness. Honestly, I'm surprised my jaw's feeling okay right now because last night we actually went to see the John Mulaney comedy show. If you've never seen one of his stand-up specials, go watch it on Netflix. He's hilarious. We went to that last night, and I find unfortunately, when I'm laughing and smiling a lot, I typically have a lot of jaw pain, which sucks. But today I'm actually feeling okay. Doesn't mean I won't feel bad later, but I'm feeling okay now. So yeah, that's kind of where I've been. I didn't mean to take a break, but that's just kind of what happened. I wish I had some more videos pre-filmed that I could have had gone up, but I didn't. So, yeah, I'm back, hopefully. I might not have 3 videos up every week, but that's my goal. And that's kind of where I've been. Not very exciting. I'm feeling a lot better, and I know there are people who have it much worse than me, so I try not to complain too much. But I don't have it with me right now, but I just got this it's called Cold Therapy. It's like a under eye balm from Ulta. I was looking at the Tula one because I heard some random person that's not even like a beauty person recommend that, and I almost bought that, and then I saw Ulta had a version, so I bought that, and it feels very nice under the eyes, but I also like putting it right here on my jaw. It's very cooling, and it feels really nice. So hot tip for you if you also deal with jaw pain. So I did write down a list of stuff. The other thing that's been taking up a lot of my time this year, you know, I was like gone for like, I don't know, like a month or 2 at one point, is we bought a house. My partner and we bought a house this year. That was our big goal for the year, and we did it. We're very happy with it, and there's a lot of projects we want to do, but it was like basically move-in ready. There's just like little things just like around the house that we want to do. Like the biggest thing that we had to do before moving in, well, we didn't have to do it before moving in, but was nice. JV's office, my partner, it was like Pepto-Bismol pink. Like it was an horrendous shade of pink. So we actually painted it just like a white color, and it looks really nice in there. Yeah, the one weird thing about this house is they actually, not the previous owners, but someone in the past did an addition to make a like an ensuite bathroom to the like primary bedroom. And so one of the bedrooms doesn't have a window, which is fine with us. That's JV's office because I work from home 5 days a week. He works from home 2 to 3 days a week. So I get the bigger office with the window, and he also gets the basement for all of his instruments and Legos and stuff. So it works out. But the white really brightens up that room. We've talked about potentially getting a skylight to go in that room, so there's some natural light, but we're not sure if it's possible because that's also where the attic is. We don't use the attic, but I don't know. I don't know anything about roofs, and that's like, there are much more pressing things we'd want to redo in the house before even considering that. So just something we might do in the future. Yeah, I love the house hunting process. Like, I was like, I would love to just like for a living look at houses, but not be a realtor, just like look at houses. It's why I love watching House Hunters so much. House Hunters is one of my favorite shows, and I wish I was being sarcastic, but I'm not. I just love seeing what other houses look like. I've always loved playing The Sims and like making houses. I'm not very good at it, but I do enjoy it. And we actually were only looking for a house for 3 weeks, which was very short. We got our accepted offer at the very end of April. And then we closed on the house on May 4th. And then we moved June 4th. So that was really exciting. And we had, at the beginning of the year, planned a vacation for the week before Memorial Day. And so we got the keys the day before the trip. We came back from our trip. We kind of cleaned the house. We painted that room. And then June 4th, we moved, and that was that. I love our house. I love having a house because previously we were in a very small apartment, which we loved, but it was getting very cramped, and we wanted a yard for Scooter, and we just wanted our own place. It was just kind of time. We lived in the area we lived in for like 7 years, 7 years, not all together because we just celebrated a couple days ago our 5th anniversary together. But the area we lived in, I miss a lot. I loved the area we lived in. There were so many dogs. It was so walkable, just like a great neighborhood, except no one picked up after their dogs. That was really annoying because you know who picked up after their dogs? Scooter, because he's nasty. I love the shade. I really do miss like the area we live in, but I love having a house and having more space. We lived in a very tiny apartment. Our work from home desks were right next to each other. It was very difficult when we both had meetings. But we're very happy to be where we are and very lucky that we're able to be at a point in our lives with a house. So we're very grateful for that. I do think it's funny, the other couple weeks ago, there was this utility worker that knocked on our door, and he goes, "Hi, is your mom or dad home?" I'm like, "No, because this is my house." I just thought that was funny. I was like, I don't think I look like a high schooler. Granted, I wasn't wearing makeup, and I definitely look younger than I am, I think, when I'm not wearing makeup, but I know it was just a mistake. And as my mom says, I will appreciate looking younger than I am when I'm older, so. Okay, so that's the look. I usually do my inner corner after I do the rest of my face, but that's kind of how I build my looks with my indie singles. I do a transition shade, which I think I'm gonna just buff a little bit more, the deepener shade, and the lid shade. Of course, I do vary it up from time to time, but this is kind of my go-to quick look, just using a few shades. And I also find, depending on the formula, but especially Divina shades, I find that you can really make one shade look like more than one shade with how you build it up, and you can kind of create depth with just a few shadows, so that's nice as well. But now we're going to go into the face, which I have not planned what I'm doing, so editing me is going to love that. But yeah, we bought a house, we had this pre-planned vacation, we went to Mackinac Island, which I don't know if it's just like a popular Michigan tourist destination or if people from out of state go to Mackinac Island, I don't really know. But we stayed outside of, like 20 minutes outside of Mackinac City in a cabin because that's where we could find a dog. We took Scooter. We found a dog-friendly cabin there on Verbo. And if you don't know where Mackinac Island is, so this is more or less the state of Michigan. It's like right up here. You can take a ferry to Mackinac Island from Mackinac City, or from St. Ignace, which is in the UP. We stayed in the Lower Peninsula, and we had a ton of fun. So our main reason for going there is we wanted to go to Mackinac Island. I've been there once before. JV's never been, and we had a ton of fun. One thing about, we were nervous. So the reason we picked this place was because I got an ad saying that it was a dog-friendly vacation from like the Michigan Tourism Department. It was like, oh, bring your dog. I'm like, okay, say no more. I'm a millennial, I take my dog everywhere with me. And so our main reason for going there was Mackinac Island. The first day, the day we drove up there, we went to Wilderness State Park, and I think that's all we did. And just like chilled in the cabin. And that was really fun. We went for like a really nice hike. Scooter loved it. We went to the beach. Scooter loved the beach. It was great. But then the next day we went was Mackinac Island. And so we took the ferry there. Scooter did totally fine on the ferry, which we were nervous about, but he did great. And then Mackinac Island, one thing to know about it is there are like no cars on the island. It's not allowed. The only cars we saw was like for EMS, and I think that's it. There were some people working on a dock, and I did see like a work truck there. But other than that, everything is done by bike, walking, or horse, which I don't love because I don't like that stuff. We did not go on a carriage ride because we don't support that. But we just walked around. Like, big thing for Mackinac is fudge. Like, there's like 1,000 fudge shops, even though it's pretty small. And just like went to all the different stores. We found a restaurant with a patio and ate lunch there with Scooter. Scooter only howled once at the horses, which we were like, what? We were expecting him to like not do super well, but he literally thrived on the island. He loved it. There were so many people giving him pets, and he just got so many compliments. It was a great time. And then, so another thing you can do is you can rent bikes on the island. And another thing you can do is get a dog attachment. So we got a tandem bike, so me and JB pedaling at the same time, and then we also had a carrier attached to the back with Scooter in it. And I don't know that he loved it, but he certainly tolerated it. And another thing I would say is if you haven't ridden a bike in like over 10 years, maybe don't ride the entire circumference, which is like 9 miles of Mackinac Island, which we did. And it was really fun, and it was really beautiful because it's like you see like the whole coast, and there's like not mountains, but I guess like hills with a bunch of big houses, and it's just really beautiful. So it was definitely a lot of fun, but I was in so much pain the next day. So we like took like a really like chill morning. And then I was like, oh, I'm feeling better. What should we do today? We didn't really have anything planned, but we decided to drive over to Petoskey, Michigan, and just look around downtown Petoskey, and I was whipped. I was like, I cannot walk anymore. So we just kind of spent the rest of the day in the cabin, just like chilled. It's just nice to disconnect from work and have a chill time in this cute little cabin. And then the next day was the day we left, and we decided to leave pretty early in the morning just to get back home and start working on the house. So that was our vacation. It was really fun. Oh, I forgot to blend that out. Speaking of Scooter, he is doing great. If you don't know, I've talked about this before. He has epilepsy. He's having about one every month, which is basically, with all the vets we talk to, that's kind of like the expectation. If he was having more than one a month, they will probably change his medication, but right now he's staying as is. We have started working with a dog trainer to hopefully help his anxiety. Separation anxiety. He has really bad separation anxiety, which is why we take him everywhere with us. But it's at a point where it's like, okay, we want to be able to go out and do things without him and not have to put him in daycare. So we're working with a trainer, and then we finally got so we had our first appointment with a trainer, and then the next day he was due for his vaccine, so he's going to a new vet clinic because we moved. We've tried to get him on anxiety medication before, but our previous vet didn't want to prescribe it to him because there's not a ton of research on how anxiety medication will affect seizures in dogs. Talking to this new vet, she said that, there is it's not like a lot of great research, and the research that's out there, it's mixed. Like, some say it actually can help seizures. Other sources say it will make it worse. So she was willing to try it out with him and just have us monitor his seizure activity. So we already do that anyway. So we're really grateful that she's willing to try it, and it's actually been a struggle because she wanted to prescribe, so she prescribed essentially Prozac, but they make a version just for dogs, and she wanted us to get that, but it's sold out everywhere. First off, we called 10 pharmacies. Nowhere around here stocks it because it's for dogs. They usually only stock stuff that works for dogs and humans. And it's sold out everywhere online. I was able to find it at the Petco pharmacy, but then they canceled it because it's on back order. So finally, it's this back and forth was ridiculous. But the vet finally prescribed it in human form, and we dropped it off yesterday, so I gotta go pick that up today. And then he will start tomorrow because she wants him to take it in the mornings. So I'm very excited to try him on Prozac, and it's this kind of thing where it's oh my god, I feel like there's not a stigma, but why are you trying to medicate your dog kind of thing. And I don't know if I'm making that up in my head or if that's a real thing, but it felt really good to know that the trainer was the best way for him to get better is a mixture of training and medication. And she was like, you know what? He might get on medication and then you won't need me anymore. He'll be totally chill, which I don't think is the case. But hopefully the combination of the two will work out, and we can leave him. I'm not even my goal isn't even to be able to leave him and we go somewhere for 7 hours away. Not even the goal. My goal is so we can go to Target together, me and JV, or go out to dinner, or go to my parents or his parents without having to bring him. And if we're going to be gone for a long period of time, we can still send him to daycare. Or also my other goal is to have him be able to be watched by my family, my brother or my parents, and they're willing to do it. That's an option for babysitting if we want to go on a vacation without him, which we do. I was actually just talking the other day, I was like, man, I wish I would have thought about doing a mini weekend vacation to Chicago and get tickets to Harry Styles, which I know that was a whole thing. Getting tickets were hard for the shows he's doing in the States, but I wish I would have thought about that. But because JV also big fan of the new Harry Styles album. I mean, if you're not, your opinion is wrong. I'm just kidding, but it's a great album. And so we're just gonna wait till he does a full US tour. That would have been fun. But JV and I have places we want to go. If we were to only go to one place in our lives outside of the US, it would be Italy. We want to go to Italy so bad. That's kind of our plan for when we do officially get married. That's where we want to go for our honeymoon, is just do a full tour of Italy. But we also want to go to Japan and South Korea, and then eventually we will probably go to the Philippines at some point because that's where his parents are from. That's where, he doesn't know a lot of the family that lives there because a lot of them moved to the States, but he has family in the Philippines and I want to go there. So that's probably where we'll go at one point too. His parents actually invited us to go in January, but that's just not possible with Scooter. And when you go to the Philippines and probably just Asia in general, you have to go, you don't have to go there for a while, but like it's like a full day of travel, like 20 hours of travel. So like if you go for a week, you're only there for 5 days because 2 of those days are dedicated to travel. So just not something we can do right now, but maybe in the future. So that is definitely something to look forward to, is future travels when Scooter is on his medication. I think I'm gonna do CoverGirl True Plum. I think I want to try to pan this next year. I already have, that was natural pan, baby. Like, look at that. I feel like I just washed my brushes. Why are they all dirty? Where's my favorite one? I don't know. So that's my update on Scooter. And then it's been so long since, I think my last Get Ready With Me was where I was like, hey, I finally got a new job. Which was great because last year I was like having a breakdown every morning before work. Because I hated my old job. You know, it wasn't like a bad place to work, but the culture there is very hustle culture-y, and you really, you know, that's expected of you. And I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't like working here anymore. It was very much like a boy. My camera cut me off. But yeah, the place I worked, it was very hustle culture-y, very much a boys club. Is in the finance sector, so and I was just tired of it, and I kind of at the end just stopped caring. And then I got a recruiter who messaged me, and I ended up where I am today, and I absolutely love my job. I love the people I work with. It's just a great company to work for, and it's a place I see myself working for a very long time. So I'm happy. I'm so happy. This job move was a great move for me. This is too much blush. It doesn't look as intense as it does on camera. My lighting has shifted. I'm using natural lighting. Apologies. And so what was I saying? Yeah, just my new job has been really great, and I'm very happy, and I'm not crying before work every morning because I absolutely hate where I work. So glad that's out of my life now. Do Pink Lightning. This is my Throwback 30 and I haven't used it yet. I did not do a 1 month update because I had like not a lot of progress, which speaking of, this is actually what's next on my list to talk about, is there are going to be some project pan changes. I've been feeling really overwhelmed with my projects, and I don't like it. This is not what I wanted to feel like project panning. And so I have made the decision I'm going to be putting finales up for I Heart the 90s and Panning Punk, which really breaks my heart because I was very close to finishing all the prompts on Panning Punk, but I need to do it now. Like I can't wait 1 or 2 more months to finish the prompts. So unfortunately, I will be doing finales for I Heart the 90s and Panning Punk in the next few weeks. And then I signed up for another one that was supposed to be starting at the end of September, and as much as I really, really want to do it, I love the theme of it, and I just love everything about it. I'm feeling very overwhelmed, and I just don't think I'm the person who can do a bunch of projects. I can't. I wish I was, but it's overwhelming me, and it's not fun anymore, and it's taking up a lot of content on my channel, and I've always, for a really long time, I've been wanting to do just more non-panning content and do some more indie content. Not necessarily like buying all the new releases because I'm still doing my beauty bank, but just not having every upload I do feel like it has to be panning related. So unfortunately, there are going to be panning changes, and I'm going to be canceling 2 projects, but I will still be doing my Rolling 2022 Project Pan, my Partners in Cream, deck of panning, pan those shadows, in my Battleship Project Pan. So that's 5, 2 of which are eyeshadow focused. So, oh, and I'll still be doing Throwback 30 because I just started that and I did a lot of usage goals. So that one I'm not super worried about, but I just needed to take some off my plate and just give myself some breathing room because having that many projects, I started to feel like I couldn't use the rest of my collection, and I don't want all of my makeup looks to always be when I'm panning. I want to get use on all of my makeup, not just the ones that are in projects. So that's going to be what's happening, shoot those kind of things. So I hope you will still stick around and enjoy my content. Oops. I'm just taking the lightest shade and just kind of brushing it under my eyes. But I'm just overwhelmed with panning, and yeah. I'm already thinking about what I'm doing for next year, already planning, because that's me. And I'm going to be making some changes to my beauty bank. Where's my eyeliner? I'm actually going to be doing some changes to how I'm doing my beauty bank next year. I'm definitely going to be doing it, but I'm going to be, I'm just going to be changing it. I'm going to, like this year I had like my makeup credits, and then I had eyeshadow separate, and then a certain number of single shadows would count towards a palette. But I think next year I'm going to do a single shadow bank as well as a palette bank, because I just think that'll make it simpler. Okay, eyeliner looking okay on camera, but in person it could be a lot better. But I just went ahead and did my mascara. So I did a coat of the Milani Highly Rated Anti-Gravity Mascara, and then just a little bit of the Pat McGrath Fetishize Mascara. This is just a sample I have. It's kind of running low, but I like the combination of the two. I really like that. And then on my waterline, I did my LA Girl Shockwave Metallic Liner in the shade Lullaby. Just a nice like brightening shadow, liner. So all we gotta do is my inner corner and my lips. So don't know what I want to do on my lips yet, so let's go in with Chandelier from Cleona, just on the inner corner. I cannot wait to hit pan on the shadow. This is my favorite inner corner shade. It is a glitter multi-chrome, but I feel like it could be like an iridescent shade. Like I don't think I would wear this all over my lid unless it was like using it as a topper. So I think that works. I just love this inner corner. It works with, I feel like, any look. Now for lips, I don't think I have any Project Pan item on it. All I have on it right now is this copacetic gloss in the shade is Butter a Carb. It's quite metallic. I've been using it kind of like as a moisturizing lip product because it is quite moisturizing. I think I know what I want to wear. I think I want to wear Luna, which is a Menagerie liquid lipstick. I think this will look nice. Okay, and let's finish off with my Urban Decay Ultra Glow Setting Spray. Perfect. So let me zoom you out a bit. Ooh, I do not like, that's my door frame. I do not like when that's showing. So we're gonna do that. Okay, so this is the finished look. I really like how this came out. This is definitely like an everyday eye for me. I just love grisaille and I like these tones. I feel like it looks good. I like the combination, and it looks good on Zoom too. Like I used to love wearing blue eyeshadow and I would wear it all the time. But I find it looks terrible on Zoom. So I stopped wearing it, and I usually will only wear it on the weekends rarely, but right now greens and purples are just like all I want to wear. So I really like how this came out, and I love this lip color. It's very fall. Yeah, I think that's all I have for you today. So that's kind of me just doing my makeup and just catching you up the last like 9 months of the year. That is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, leave a comment if you like down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.